Oh no. I have somebody in the office helping me here who may or may not appear. Here it comes. There it comes. Who's decided to be a disruption factor right now. But anyway, we will work through this, right? Well, thank you, Elfie. Would you like to sit down? Hmm? Would you like to sit on my lap? Sit down, Elfie. Well, somebody said cats are trainable, but I don't know, really. Okay, the quote for the day is Eleanor Roosevelt. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Eleanor Roosevelt. And today's reading, my friends, is called A Call to Ascend. A Call to Ascend. First quote is from a quite well-known figure in the 20th century, especially in the New Thought arena, Howard Thurman, who said, he's no longer with us. There is something in every one of you that waits and listens for the sound of the genuine in yourself. There is something in every one of you that waits and listens for the genuine in yours, for the sound of the genuine in yourself. Howard Thurman. And Ernest Holmes, Science of Mind, textbook, page 44. He says, the universal mind contains all knowledge. It is the potential ultimate of all things. To it, all things are possible. And here is Jeffon. He says, for many years, I devoted myself to learning the world of consulting, speaking, and transformational work, traveling across the country and building programs designed to elevate organizations and the people within them. Along the way, he says, I came to understand a quiet truth. Growth is accelerated when we allow ourselves to be guided by those who have walked the path before us. Through family connections, I met a mentor who built a meaningful and successful body of work. For nearly a decade, he says, I learned alongside him, developing new offerings, serving hundreds of organizations, and refining my own understanding of leadership and transformation. For a long time, the work felt aligned and fulfilling. And then, gently at first, a deeper call emerged, a sense that something more was seeking expression. Something not better than what had been, but broader and more true to who I was becoming. This was a reminder that life is forever unfolding, and that comfort, while not wrong, is not our destination. There are moments when our soul asks us to move forward, to move beyond what is familiar, and to trust the intelligence that guides us forward. Honoring my mentor did not mean remaining where I was. Instead, it meant carrying the wisdom, carrying it forward in a new way. And as one chapter completes, others open, new guides appear, new possibilities take shape. When we listen and say yes to that inner call, we discover that our gifts are never lost. They were simply waiting on the other side of trust. So my question is, what do you make of this reading? What does it mean to you? We're all at different stages of life, right? And I was at a wedding this weekend, as I mentioned earlier, and there were people from tiny tots right up to people in their 80s. I'm not sure about 90s, but definitely in their 80s. So completely different stages of life. And then as I looked across, especially at the adult group, I saw that some people indeed were talking about developing and moving forward. We had discussions after the wedding, and other people were quite happy where they were and they had no intention of moving forward. But my own view is this, that there's always opportunities to grow for all of us. However old you are, there's always opportunities. I remember a story, I don't know if it's true or not, but it's supposed to be, of the Roman Emperor Hadrian, the one who built Hadrian's Wall approximately between England and Scotland. All those, how long? Almost 2 millennia ago. And he was walking along, I forgot what country he was in, and he met an old man who was planting trees. And the Emperor Hadrian said, "How old are you?" And he said, "I'm 100." And Hadrian said, "Well, why are you planting trees if you're 100?" And he simply said, "Well, if it's God's will that I see these trees grow, fine. If not, then they will benefit somebody else." And I thought, wow, that's a really wonderful attitude to take forward. So my view is that we should always be learning, we should always be growing, we should always be expanding. And Ernest Holmes actually believed that when we move on beyond this life and any life, he believed that we were on an eternal upward spiral and that we would always be learning, like forever and forever, and that we would never stay still. And the thing about it is that you're not always going up. Sometimes you come down before you go up again. A spiral goes up and it comes down, it goes up, it comes down. So, and that's a learning curve. So you go up, you learn, and sometimes it brings you down again, and then you go up again. So anyway, that is my view. I agree with Holmes. I think our job is to continue learning and moving upward and forward forever and ever. So, what do you think? I trust the inner guidance within me. I trust the inner guidance within me. And my knowing this for each and every person who watches this, who listens to this, is that you find your own inner guidance, that you seek your inner guidance and you allow your inner guidance to actually do what it's supposed to do, which is to guide you, allow it to guide you. So with this, I release that into the divine mind, calling it down, and so it is. And please watch out for Reverend Lisa tomorrow at 9:15 Central Time. I'll be around about, I will be here. Yeah, it could be 5 o'clock tomorrow, yes. So hopefully 5 o'clock. Until next time, peace, love, joy, harmony to everyone. Namaste.